The more I make these videos and the more I look at silver junglers, the more I'm happy you guys are not joining your laners on the crusades of not so good decisions. Even though, the original ones are probably not the best decisions either. This is just not what you want to be involved in. You watch them fisting, you do this, enemy jungler sitting in the brush. Do your thing, man. Start on your solo buff, start on your solo raptors. Observe if your laners die and sums are burned, change your game plan. If the jungler chases down here, think about touching and taking all of their camps. Basically, make sure you are getting a good fundamental start in silver, and then adjust as necessary. But always, in this elo, if you can baseline full clear, if you can baseline right side quadrant, you'll be in a great position. Please don't do this. Okay, so this clear, I hate it. It's dumb. There's no point doing it. It's way better to have regular clears. Red Krugs, Raptors, gank mid lane. Raptors, red Krugs, gank bottom lane, or just loop back if you want to do the fiddlesticks type stuff. Because in this elo, you want to be able to react to slowness and randomness effectively. At the same time, you doing some advanced weird clear slows you down where you don't need to be faster, right? Like if you're in a higher elo game and you know you're going to be invaded, do a reverse clear of swords. It allows them to get too aggressive. You avoid them. They waste their time. That's powerful. In silver, they're going to waste their own time. They're going to waste their own time with slow clears. They're going to waste their own time being bad at most of their decision making. So if you can have a baseline quadrant clear, a baseline full clear, and you can just be ahead of them by default, you absolutely must head to virkayu.gg. Updated courses with Season 14 components. We have that dedicated program to help you climb faster, coaching classes, coaching VOD libraries of all kinds, special weekly content you'll see nowhere else, Q&As, patch note rundowns, community events to get better, as well as all of this hosted in a private jungle Discord. And if there is one thing I'm good at, it's making junglers go from low elo to high elo, as seen by the great number of success stories from the end of last season and already the beginning of Season 14. So to climb faster than everybody you know and to jungle diff every game you play, head to virkayu.gg or click the link in the description below. You don't need to play any mini games or weird cheese strategies to actually see that and use it. Now, we go boom, 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 cool. Now at this stage, the Vi is going to be on the top side, so we'll watch this. Here's what I'm going with this. We are now reverse clearing to go and gank a bottom lane that is already dead. There's no counter jungling camps on the bottom side. Yes, you can reset and get some extra camps for grubs, but you're going to get one extra camp for grub. I would prefer, instead of you doing a free extra raptor camp before grubs that has no impact on the grub fight, 0, and use it to counter gank a Vi that's going to gank your top lane, to get interfacing killer her in her jungle, to path in a singular direction that allows you perhaps to even go bottom side and gank this first, and then cut up and do the grubs that way. You'll still be level 5, you'll have the same amount of gold spent before the grubs, because even though you go boom, 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 you do all of this, you take this, you go back to base, you do this, right? You're doing the extra camp after you've already based, which means you've already spent your gold. And you should be level 5 regardless if you jungle properly anyway. So let's see how it develops, because I think the Vi should get a freebie on the top side. Let's have a look. Oh, who could have foreseen this unforeseeable? Why would you flash before she keeps? Nice turn attempt. Cool. Now, instead of being there to capitalize and counter game, because I cleared fast and tracked her and understood that's what she was doing, I'm down here with no bottom lane to gank. Reverse clearing works great against certain invaders versus cheese strategies when you've got wards, but 99% of the time in silver, just doing a standard 3 camper, 4 camper, or 4 clear is going to be way better. And now you've used your W to go over the wall here. There's no ways this was warded because everyone died. So you got to watch the laners on your minimap the whole time while you're clearing. Did they dip out of vision and come back? No? Unlikely to be warded, especially at this stage. So the Briar, instead of just walking around here, pushing this up and taking it, and going toward this one, goes around the wall the longer way, pushes into the Swain here, and now says, look, let's go for a fight. But at the end of the day, you don't really have the prio, and for sure you should be able to kill, and you knock back the Jinx, and she's got no summons except for the flash that she just burned. The Gragas goes all the way in and follows you, and you're like, what a gank. This shouldn't occur, let's be honest here. This is good if your team rotates, and this is the right play to make in this situation. We're looking to gank this. We're in the right place at the right time, for sure. This wave is crashing too. They should be able to rotate. All of this is nice and juicy, okay? But the red side bottom lane will never be here when they're good. They will never, ever be here. Sure, you could be down here. For me, as a bottom laner, oh, I also play bottom lane as well, I play every position, but bottom lane specifically. If I track and watch my Vi and see that, okay, she ganked top lane, now she's taking the Scuttle Crab, Briar hasn't shot on the map. Did she start on a blue buff and path down? Did she start on the bottom side and path up? Where is she? You don't know where she is. So what I'm doing here is I'm not coin flipping. I'm just going to go ahead and maybe I hit the plot and have a look. Maybe I put a ward here and have a look, but I'm not going where the Jinx is going at all. And for the Swain as well, like you can face check, but you also know that you're at a disadvantage because Vi's topside. So this will never be a situation you're in the higher up you go. Now it works down here accidentally, so don't results base it. And the Gragas honestly makes the damn play. The Gragas makes this happen. He is the god for that. He is the god for that. And cool. See the Vi? Go back to base. Now we're gonna go topside. Now, you did this weird pseudo reverse clear nonsense. Okay. And you're still not actually going to do this. Because that works great if you just go straight back to base and hippity hoppity, right? All three into the grubs. But in real world terms, you're not gonna be in this situation very often. And it's gonna be way better for most of your games for you to get involved in some capacity, either cutting off the enemy jungler, invading the enemy jungler, or impacting a lane in some way. Now instead what we've done is, we've done the wolf camp, we see the top lane gank, think you should look for the top lane gank before. We go for the full commit here to see if we can actually kill the Nasus, probably an overcommit at this stage. Again, the question has to be, detective, can I kill the top laner with my top laner at level 4, or should I go ahead and just do my camps and then do the grubs? Because you know that the Vi will be going down to the bottom side, we know this because she started here pathed up. You know, you reset, go down again. You can easily afford yourself the ability to go boom, 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 and then just start these up for free, right? Now the question and the problem is, as always, we see the Vi rotating, will they directly contest me for this? And I think you all know here at this particular stage in Silver, and in most elos, and a lot of us are complaining about this, laners and junglers are way too obsessed with competing for this objective. Now, there are bad contests, and there are good contests. Because you show top lane, it's very obvious where you're going next. Whereas if you just did your camps and then went over vision and didn't get detected, is Briar doing the grubs or not? Thing is, because Vi sees you top lane, right, watches you, she knows where you're going. You've told her the story. You've told her the story. So she knows she can now cut in front. And this is where I'm going with this in Silver. Full clear, gank a guy, take a Scuttle Crab, look for the next gank, reset. Can I gank this before I do my camps again? No? Alright, do my camps again. Now that you've done it, you're level 5 at 5 minutes, now you can cut in for the grubs. Reverse it, same thing. Full clear down, gank a lane, take a crab, can I? Never mind, back to base. Can I gank the top lane? Nope, alright, do my Krugs, Raptors, cut in and do the grubs. If you are so intent on doing it, that's the best template, the best baseline. You have to obviously track prior and so on. And in this situation, it's 5 minutes to 5 minutes 30. So you're late to the grubs as well. Because of your slow reverse clear, because of your slow gank on the bottom side, because you spent time doing the wolves and now ganking a little bit, you know, probably was a futile gank on the top side, it's 6 minutes as you're on these. If you show up ding on the minute, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes 10, you will be able to snack these and get them out as long as you are in the flow and they're out of position. Problem is that 5 minutes is 6 minutes, level 6 spikes. And while you've got set here, you don't have mid lane. So once you see this and you see the Vi and you see the Zed rotating, take the first grub and ditch. But now you just gotta grump up and nothing else up and she can translate this gank. Thought she's gonna go for it, honestly. I would not be surprised. Well, I guess I'm not surprised. Now Briar is compromised. 0-1-1. What am I doing? Where do I go? There's no camps to counter jungle. I guess I'll just go to the Raptors, Vi's on top side. Maybe I can do a dragon. Maybe I can gank the mid lane here because he used everything. Maybe bottom lane is gankable. And now you've entered into the silver realm of I don't really know what to do now. I don't have a clear site to go. I don't have a clear objective in general to go for. Nice gank. Good job. Paid attention to the W. Knows the guy has no ult. That doesn't even respect flash it. We'll take the kill. Push the wave, please. Push the wave, please. Guys, TP, push the wave, please. Don't let your mid laner suffer because you see the Vi probably getting 6 from this. There we go. Zed's going to TP. Malzahar's overcommitting. Vi's going to show up here. The shield comes up. Lucky, lucky, lucky. You guys have seen enough of your mid laners dying there and then blaming them. That's your fault. Push the wave out. Now, obviously, you could go here, but you don't know. Vi went back to base or stay topside. You just don't have this information. And our Vi has all the control in the world. And that's Ola Game Silver in a nutshell. Trying to outsmart yourself or outsmart the enemy who have no idea what you're doing anyway. By trying to outsmart the enemy, you outsmart yourself. That's kind of what I was going for. And the enemy just does a simple baseline existence and it works better. It's more efficient. You have the same CS. You have the same gold. We're going to have the same objective split. We have the same KDA -1 death. Difference is, Vi has ganked the top lane multiple times. The Zed now has gotten the benefit of this kill here. And bottom lane, while, let's have a look here as we impact this lane thereafter, while you did impact bottom lane, it's not like bottom lane was, you know, that was more like the enemy bottom lane gave it to you for free. So I'm just watching this play out as the Vi goes way too deep and the Briar's going to go here and get another kill. Hopefully uses the E. Terribly done. Oh, she gets a bleed damage. Okay, good. I was wondering, is the bleed damage going to tick through there? Then we die as well to the Swain, and now it's Varus versus Swain, and the Varus there. I was just looking at his flash. He has that up. So when we talk about having these fights that you just watched, was this a good moment for a fight? Is this a fight you really wanted to take as Briar, as Vi? Not necessarily as Jinx ults for no particular reason. You were never killing him. This lacked rhyme or reason even for the Vi. She was in total control. Because my question ultimately was going to be, who feels in control? Same gold, same KDA roughly, same objective split. Who feels like they're in a better position? 100% the Vi. Because if you were not a Briar and you didn't have a global ultimate, you could not rotate to this. Vi does die because she overcommits. That's her own fault. But again, that's relying on the Vi doing a dumb thing versus you taking control. That's kind of the principle here. How do you take control in low elo? Oftentimes by letting the enemy give it up. As long as you're baseline and you're controlling your own reality in a nice, consistent way, they will always do something like this. It just inherently gives it to you. And as long as you know what to do with it afterwards, then you're in a good position. As we say, can I gank bottom lane before I do my camps? Yes, I can. Let's go. Grog is out of position, no reason. Free kill. Briar doing a red side going, oh man. Now goes to Raptors. Grubs are going to spawn. No doubt Vi is thinking, hey, Grubs are going to spawn. We should go and contest that. But Malzahar has Prio, Set has Prio, and everyone should rotate over to this. Thus, these should be free Grubs for everybody on the blue side. Vi can say, look, I'll give him up. Or I can test him. TB is being fully committed by the set to protect. Huge. Didn't used to see that back in the day. Really big stuff there from the set. We like that. Vi is just really trying to contest this. I get it. Maybe you feel stronger, but like you're down 500 gold. For me, if you're red side here, it's too close to call. Do I believe we can win this fight mechanically? Sure. Sure. Do I really want to force a fight here for this? You know, next patch 4 grubs is important as well. You're not going to lose over these. They're useful, but only if the team uses them, and most junglers don't hit turrets enough, and most laners don't hit turrets enough. So as the Vi here, I'm more than happy to do my quadrant, observe, snack, then maybe gank top lane afterwards, and then I can take all the plates. Like, yeah, they'll have grubs, but if I do all of this and kill the set and then push plates, we're getting plates and the grubs are useless, right? Down here, sure, you might give the Varus some stuff back. Mid lane, you might give the Void guy some stuff back, but as long as you cut them off and prevent them really using it, it's not worth losing and fighting over this. Now, let's see what happens. It's a little bit coin flip, obviously. The blue team are in a great position to 3v1 or 3v2. They have to make a full commit and decide which direction they're going. The longer they wait here, the more risky this becomes. They immediately turn on the Vi. Obviously, the Malzahar has the ultimate available to be used, and there the Vi just dies. Perfect. It's exactly what I wanted to happen. I was worried that somehow blue team would mess it up and red team would get kills and be like, see, you were wrong. This was great. And terrible logic. No, perfect. Like, just do your red side quadrant, protect against counter jungling, observe, nothing. Okay, go back to base, maybe gank bottom lane again, snowball you Jinx. She's win con with Swain. Get down here while Briar's on the top side doing this, and just get the Vi fed, and off you go. As long as you peel the there's not much to peel. As long as you keep the Malzahar away from the Jinx. Nice turn by the Zed there, but not enough damage at this point. Missed ult. Yeah, as long as you keep the Briar off the Jinx, I think you should be in a great position. And again, falls back to camps. Now we have to take these. Look at this. Instead of taking, basing, snacking, pushing, plates, and watching the Briar go back to her base here, Now, because we contested and died, we're here. Briar's finished, and now she's already on her way down. She's going to meet the bottom lane before the Vi is. And basically, it's just going to come down to, again, another coin flip fight. Who shows up? Who's stronger? Who knows what's going to go on? Like, you don't know what's going to happen here. Here's the Briar showing up, Malzahar's mid lane. Like, let's pause this for a second here. You see this. The Vi just cuts down directly. This is honestly not a terrible play, considering she did die. And that's the thing. Just because she dies and is now behind the bird doesn't mean she can offset that. Doesn't mean she can't go ahead and correct her mistake. And seeing this develop and being here is huge. And it's a great run by the Zed as well. The Briar shows up here, but of course too little too late. The Malzahar's mid lane, no TP. This is sometimes League of Legends, my friends, but the Vi does a good job recognizing the play, makes the play. Briar, all the Briar has to do here is not die. That's all she really has to do. Unfortunately, she does. You know, instead here you could take this, push this out, and use your grubs, right? If you see this play develop as Briar, like, oh man, I was gonna gank bottom lane. Vi cut through. Take, snack, push. You and the Malzahar, why are you here? You know, we got 1 minute left until the plates die. We got 5 grubs and mites. This is when you make a macro play, right? So the Briar might now have the tempo advantage in theory, do something. Vi says, no, cuts across, costs her some camps because she died, but she's able to still impact this, which is great, right? Good play. But now we can offset that by just shoving down here a little bit. And that's better than dying, no? Now, Malzahar stays here and says, can I kill you? Of course, in this case, no, and I would prefer you to take plates maximum before they expire. We don't, and now we're compromised a little bit. Vi shows up. We're going to go down here and just, what, coin flip another dragon fight? Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's go. Aha. Ah. Free dragon because Vi's base. Free dragon because Vi's base. Not entirely incorrect, but what is it also free if Vi's base? A free fight. Free numbers advantage. Now, because everyone is confused about whether or not they should turn, they go onto the Swain here. Zed shows up, also TP advantage, kills a Varus in the back line. We're sitting back there, and now it's red team against the Malzahar there, and Jinx is just getting reset and killing everybody. That wasn't a good team fight. And as I said, that's why it's coin flipping. This is my emotion watching this. That's my emotion. That's a game-breaking TP, though, by the Zed. And this guy's just being chilling here. Everybody died. Just burn it and get out if you think you can, if you see the Vi go back to base, or because the Vi's back in base, that automatically means it's Briar and everyone ult, kill the Jinx. Kill the Jinx, and now you basically have the ability to do the dragon and turn because you have no threat from their ADC. The numbers advantage here is more important than trying to, like, do I do this or not. He shoots an ult across the world, gets nothing. Holds the wave, Vi says, can I do the objective? Briar says, I'm going to give it up. Makes sense. Nasus is farming, as they do in low elo. Now we're going to try our own Goon squad on the top side, as Varus is a little bit nervous about the Zed, which makes sense, but Zed's mid lane. In the meantime, we are actually going to go for this fight. Malzahar is strong, kills the Vi. Nice little E there from the Zed, we'll kill that one as well. Cool. Nice. Push top lane, push top lane, push top lane. See, look, this turret most likely is going to be compromised anyway, and Jinx is kind of chilling here. So what you can do is really force things. You got 2 people dead. I would force hardcore here. Force hardcore, get this bounty, force here, force out of base the respawn to come to this situation, force him to ping her for not being involved, take some camps here, or maybe cut into mid lane if they don't pay attention. But by overreacting to this right now with no real wave to support you, and of good, she just goes in way too soon. Good E though, yeah, good kill. This is fine. Like, I'm okay with this in principle, but it's, as a jungler here, I feel like my team should be able to handle this business. I much prefer getting this bounty. See this? Are we even going to get this now? No, see, that's... this is fine. Like, again, like, it's a good play. They did a good job. I'm not going to create a dogma and be like, this is what you should do. This is the way I see it. This is what's worked for me and what I use to help people get out of gold frequently, is a bit of macro pressure here. In fact, in Udyr, main, same situation. I told them, push and split. You started doing this more and more and more with this, and it came in as well. And they're noticing in silver, gold, and platinum how easy it is to really carry these games when you force rotations to create better advantages for the situation, right? Like, it's a better situation now because I created the pressure topside. That's kind of just what we're looking for, right? We're just trying to maximize the possibilities to win. But, of course, good collapse, back collapse for the Jinx, free cash monies for everybody around. Tonight we feast. That's fine. But this turret's still up, but no bounties. And we have no turrets taken. And you need the turrets to be taken so you can start to move around the map better. And because we didn't, That's the downside to this, obviously. And then Gragas does that, and now you still got no turrets, right? Set's gonna TP here. 2 people top lane. Briar's gonna go in here, obviously, onto the Swain. And then we have the disengage there. Nice E disengage from the Briar as well. Briar's gonna reposition with her Q also. Flash to the back line there. And in the meantime, Set's doing all the fisting. Vi dies as well. We're not really involved that much. It build's a bit silly. Like, it's not silly, it's fine. Like, I know these builds work. I know. We want to talk about builds this game. What? Just rush Sundered Sky. Like, there's no need to rush this. I don't know what armor you're necessarily cascading through here as Vi at this particular stage. Plated steel caps ain't that strong that you that you gotta rush Black Cleaver. That's a meme or a coping top laner thing. Either way, you can see how the early game translates. You see how these mentalities translate. You see how these macros fall together. It's just people running around with no real thought process as to why or when they should do things. But that's fine. Like, that's what we're here to do. Learn and understand when those moments arrive. 2 people mid lane, 2 people top lane. She thinks free dragon, but there's like a minute to go. What are you doing? Do some camps. Like, do camps and then go. Like, why are you sitting and waiting for the dragon? You could do camps and keep your econ high, which is what you want to do. But because you do nothing, and Vi does something, she will have the better lead here. And now you're out of position. Obviously, the Zed's going to go backline here to try and kill the Varus. Isn't able to, but Jinx hits a beautiful rocket and gets a reset. Now you're 3v1 deep. Even though you are a cringe champion, you should be able to get at least 1 kill there, which is huge. E recharge up. Vi rotates over, 4v2. You're going to go over the traps for no particular reason, get ulted and killed. Jinx gets another reset. A little bit of a zappy. Vi gets his E proc, and you're all dead again. Meantime, your Fed Malzahar's top lane, fighting a Nasus. Your Set's over here. Too many coin flip fights with disadvantageous scenarios, leading to the Jinx getting free fed. Which is why the Briar, I was like, we should play around that. For the Vi, we should do something about that as well. 458 versus 646, not exactly either jungle dominating, and again, that's why I've said this in these silver videos. Frequently, the problem with silver junglers is you're on the game, not in the game. You struggle to really be involved at high KP, and that's because of everything we've discussed here. This is why you do not have high kill participation in silver, and also how you get it. You got to think about that as well. Difficult thing, I get it, but it's part of the process, you know? You know, they pick off Jinx in the mid lane here. I just want to skip forward because we have no turrets. It's not like there's much macro to talk about. Nasus rotates. Dies. In theory, here, this should be pretty solid, but see, that's why the split push up top lane was a good idea, because you make all these kills and you really want to do this Baron, but you've got nothing else to do if you can't. You know, Gragas goes way too deep here as well, but, like, Set's compromised. He does have TP. Briar's compromised. You know, you don't have the HP to do the Baron even with a numbers advantage. You gotta reset, but you don't really want to reset at this point in the game. That's not the person you want to ult. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter at this stage. Excuse me. Doesn't matter. Ignore what I said. You make plays and kills. You can't do the Baron, but you have nothing else to do. You're just sitting mid lane with no wave. That's what lacking turrets does. That's what lacking waves pushing does. It means you can't cut in, take these camps, push up, and take this turret instead. It means you can't cut in, put some deep vision, trap, take all the turrets and kill them when they contest, and then take the free Baron. You sit here with the whole map still clustered up, and you end up dying for these random things, or in this case, you know, hitting the Swain and killing him, because apparently he didn't want to worry about that. And now you have so much gold in pocket, you all have over 1,000 gold. You had to reset. You've killed everyone multiple times. You need to reset and spend your gold. But because you haven't reset your gold, the next fight you take, even though gold's close, effectively you're down 6,000 gold in the next fight. Because you have 40 gold total, but you haven't spent it, right? Look at this. 1,500, 1,200, 1,200 again. It's even worse. You're like almost 7,000 gold down. It's huge. This is not the fight you want to take. Low HP, low resources, no ults, and it's really good for the red team here to force a fight. If you guys want to do Baron, like, this is, you just win the game from this. Nasus really wants to counter that point, though, and Vi, like... You know, there's the point you make, and then the silver player does the silver thing, and you guys are saying, see, hey, look, if you're a team, I get it. I get it, but at the same time, you're the Vi. In this case, you guys are the Vi. Why are you there? Your team cannot follow this. You're too deep. Posture a bit more. Push up waves a bit more. Try and force Baron a bit more. Know that they haven't spent their gold. You need them to make the mistake and the misstep first, and then you can make your play. That's really what you want to do here. But the good news is you did enough damage to get the Jinx a reset, who can now do rocket gaming. Your team still has not reset. Briar still has not reset. Now we're 2,000 gold. Ult's in here, half HP, flashes into the Swain. The Jinx will easily be able to kite you out here, even if she does die. Beautiful job by the Swain as well. The Jinx is gonna die. Whoa. That was close. I just coin flip. This is a coin flip. It's like, I'm going in. What if you went back to base, spent your 2k, she dies? If you went back to base earlier, after the Vi killed herself, and you came out of the map and you did this ult again, you would have, without a doubt, killed the Jinx. Good job. Great engage. But because you had 2,000 gold in pocket, you did not have enough to actually go ahead and kill her. Those are the Sundered Sky. Because of this, you lose an inhib. Now everyone streams at them one-on-one, and they should base here, base here, base here. Again, the red team need to base. Yes? All Briar has to do is let them base. And then they can breathe, take their camps, wood up, and play for the next fight. Instead, she chases them unnecessarily by herself like the Vi did and dies. These are all unnecessary things. Now they go back to base. And now they go for the Baron. And of course, here is the question. Do we contest this Baron and fight it over? As always, in my opinion, in this case, no. Because coin flipping for this Baron is not worth it. You have the inhib, which will be running at your face. You get the supers, you can take the dragon, take all their camps, you can split push bottom lane. A lot of different things to do than throwing a game and wait 25 minutes for no particular reason. I know Jinx is fed, but you're Briar. You're able to do things. Push all the way up. Take all of this. Threaten. Some pressure here. Coin flipping for the Baron. Not in my opinion. Interesting game. Very interesting game, but representative of Silver, I think. Hopefully you learned something. Otherwise, come to virkayu.gg to learn more. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one.